Welcome to this week's 5-minute mediumship video, and we're going to be looking at an exercise to support enhancing the abilities within our clairsenses. So as mediums, allowing our clairs to be as developed and as strong as they can be supports us within all aspects of communication with spirit world contact. And if you think about it, depending on the particular experiences that a contact might be wanting to relay to their loved one, having the ability to use all of our clairs actually supports us not ruling out any piece of information or communication that a spirit contact might want to give. For instance, if they're wanting to share something about an event and the way that they're feeling about something, the easiest way for us to really truly be able to relay that is to actually also be able to sense and be aware of that feeling of the contact in the same way that if they're wanting to show us something, it's far easier for us to be able to see that through our clairvoyance rather than to be told about it through our sense of clairaudience. Now, of course, we all have all of the clair senses within us. We're going to be looking at primarily the 4 main clair senses, so clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience and claircognizance, that sense of knowing. And we all have them in varying degrees. We will naturally gravitate towards a clair that is stronger when we're working, particularly if we're working on platform or within a one-to-one. We all have those moments where perhaps we might feel a little bit under pressure because there isn't necessarily that continuous flow of information all of the time, because our energy is always fluctuating. As the blend happens with the contact, the energy is always fluctuating slightly. And as mediums, it can be really easy to get into the habit of reaching for information and the clair that is the strongest and that we use the most. But that doesn't really always serve us in being able to give a rounded sense of communication, to really share the story of the contact's life, and also to relay the meaning, the relevance and the importance of actually what they're wanting to relay to their loved one. So working with our clairs, strengthening those clairs, but also being comfortable with using clairs that are perhaps not our strongest is really important. As humans, as individuals, we tend to shy away from using those things that are not necessarily the strongest aspect of us. But it's important not to be afraid of working with a clair if the contact is trying to relay information to us through a particular sense. So with this exercise, and you'll need to do it with a development group or with a colleague or with a friend. But what I'd like you to do is, just as you're going through a particular communication, a particular aspect of communication, I'd like you to take a piece of information or evidence that's being given to you really strongly. I'd like you to hold on to that piece of information, and then I'd like you to explore all different aspects of it. So say you're given an image, say you're given an image of a birthday cake. I want you to bring that image within you, and I want to explore, how does it feel? How do you hear it? Perhaps you hear laughter, perhaps you're aware of happy birthday being sung. And what do you know about it? So whatever aspect of information you're given, if it's an image, take it within you and then explore it for the other main clairsenses. Explore it for clairaudience, explore it for clairsentience, explore it for claircognizance. If your primary clair is clairsentience, and you're working with that feeling, and you're being given the feeling of happiness and joy, for instance, someone really celebrating something, then allow that feeling to build. What are they celebrating? What image comes to mind with that? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What do you know about it? So take, as you're working, a really strong piece of information in whichever way you're primarily given it. Allow it to build within your energy and then explore it for the other clairs. Allow yourself to be fluid, allow yourself to explore, allow yourself to be wrong. because even in being wrong, what we're doing is we're opening the door to allowing ourselves to explore, and that's really important.